Good morning, guys. Welcome to a vlog. I have been so excited to do just another day in the life update chatty vlog. I actually had such a bad sleep last night and I feel like it was because I was excited to vlog. I have had one of the busiest months, so hectic and chaotic, so I've got a lot of just like little life updates to chat to you guys about. Yeah, so I thought I'd do a little vlog today. It's my first Friday in ages where I am not working, which I'm so grateful for. I'll bring you guys along today and we can catch up and I'll take you through my day. So let's start with some brekkie before gym time. Accidentally hard-boiled the egg because I just left it on, and I love a soft-boiled egg, so I mashed it into the avo instead and then topped with some dukkha chili, salt, pepper. Bit random, but it was just what I kind of wanted. Oh, I'm kind of annoyed I woke up a little bit like foggy and like I was so excited to vlog. I still am, but I'm just like, my health update is good, guys. I'm excited to tell you about like that I've been feeling finally better after. If you've seen my recent vlogs, I've been like mega fatigued, and this last few days is the first week I felt normal and like had good energy. It's definitely better today, but I just still feel, I don't know, like today I just woke up feeling like fluidy in my head and a little bit run down, and I'm like, really? Yum, this still looks really good even though the egg is hard boiled. Smash golden kiwi because it's like one of the superfoods of the world to get all the good nutrients in and feel good. Okay, I'm gonna eat brekkie and then I'll come back and we'll chat before I head off to gym. I'll try and not ramble too much because obviously I can ramble. Where to begin? Basically, since the last few vlogs, I've had a hectic month. Like the last month has been so busy. Every week I've had work obviously, but then I've had something extra each week that's made the week huge in terms of work. So like last week I flew to the Pilbara for work. So that was a massive week because I had Monday to Thursday normal like clinics and training, and then Monday to Wednesday. Thursday I had like an early flight, flew to the Pilbara, and then a huge day. I was basically consulting for a drilling company, like they needed to get a dietitian on site. I could not sleep that night, and so I had 2 nights in a row with like very little sleep. And for me, if you've seen recently, I have been really struggling with massive fatigue and sleeping a lot, which has gotten a lot better. But yeah, that was like a shock to the system. I got home Friday night. The next morning was our time trials. So I was not expecting a lot at those time trials, but I did a cheeky PB, so love that. I won't be doing any more 600 time trials because we're getting closer to the season and that shit is too long for a 400 sprinter time trialing. That's not relevant. I need speed. So in the weeks before that, I've had like a big day doing something with LSKD. Just been a huge few weeks, lots going on, and then obviously training, and I have not had the time to do much content or editing. So sorry if there's a little bit of a gap because I feel like I've been pretty consistent with content and I have been really enjoying it, but the last few weeks I have just been so busy and wrecked. My blood test results, if you saw that vlog when I got a blood test, everything was pretty normal. My white cells were really low, so obviously like sign that I had been fighting off an infection, and then they were down after working overtime. The doctor kind of just said, look, potentially your body's just really tired, you've got post-viral fatigue, you've obviously been fighting off something, and like influenza was pretty cooked this year, so that's the most likely cause. The other thing is I recently got an iron infusion and my iron was like not that high. Like usually after an infusion it goes really high. My iron was like still borderline. So she was like, potentially your iron is like depleting and it maybe is linked to your Crohn's disease. So I do have another blood test in a few weeks to check and see how that's going. So that's kind of our thoughts of the fatigue. And then she also said it's possible that you did have hypophosphatemia after the infusion because you got Ferinject, and yeah. Anyway, but she was like, your body's obviously like naturally restored levels anyway. But the last week, I would say this week, I started to feel healthy, normal, well, and energetic again. I obviously have energy today, but I do feel a little bit groggy, but I think it's just because when I get energy, I then am like go because I get so excited. And the last few days were big. Like yesterday I was in clinic for 9 hours and then I went straight to like smash myself on a bike, and then I got home and was so excited making content till really late. So I need to like control myself so that I don't like crash out all the time. Oh, and the other thing is the weather has changed. Like spring sprung and it just got warm this week. Like we've had a few 30-degree days and life just feels so much better. Like Monday at training, first of all, the sunset was sunsetting, and when it's warm, my body just responds so much better. Like I was able to move in our sprints and hurdling felt good, and vibes were just high because like of the conditions. And then same as Wednesday. That's my little life update. I feel like I'm rambling, so I'm gonna rein it in. I'm gonna go do my gym session. This is our first week of a new block, so it's been a big, heavy training week, which is another reason I might be a bit cooked today. We had lactic 5x200s on Wednesday, which you can see in my previous vlog. And then yesterday I had bike, which I kind of have to push through a bit of like, I'm cooked from the previous day. And then today, maybe that's why I'm a bit cooked, but gym today, so see how the body goes. After I gym, I have quite a lot of things to get through in terms of like, I have been spending a lot of hours working on the report that I have to do and the content I have to make from the site visit I did to the Pilbara. So I'm gonna try and spend a few hours on that. And then I have heaps of my own social media content side hustles I wanna make because I've had no time to do any of that. And I'm gonna buy an iPhone 17 today, so there's that. See how the day goes, and I'll catch up with you guys after I gym. Back from the gym, and I'm having the Max Coconut Pops flavor protein. Current favorite flavor. This is so good. And then my daily creatine, which is also from Macro Mike. I'm so overheated. I'm hoping that it's just like poor recovery after like a massive training week for our first week of the new block. Where's that? Oh, it's protein powder. Yum. But my heart rate like is a little bit elevated, but not as badly as yesterday, and that was because of the lactic workout on Wednesday. So I'm hoping it's just like my body's like really working hard to recover. My recovery last night was terrible. I couldn't sleep, and I looked at my data on my Ultra Human and it confirmed. So sleep duration was less than 8 hours according to my ring, which makes sense because I was like awake, couldn't sleep. And I'm a koala. Like anyone that thinks less than 8 is healthy, like time in bed 10 hours and 25 minutes, yet less than 8 hours of sleep. Yeah, so my heart rate was hell elevated. My lowest heart rate has usually been sitting at like 42. I had 3 full sleep cycles. This is terrible, and this is exactly how I feel. So my HRV was shit. My skin temp was elevated. Today, compared with like yesterday, for example, I had 5 full sleep cycles, slept for 8 hours and 42 minutes. Still had an elevated body temp and poor HRV. This week, my recovery has not been good. Whereas Sunday, I had an 11.5 hour sleep. That was a big recovery after being in the Pilbara. And I didn't wear my ring the days I was in the Pilbara because I was like seeing getting less than 5 hours sleep would stress me out. Okay, I wasn't sure if I wanted to come home and like do some work, have lunch, then go to the city to get a new phone, or go to the city first, then have lunch, then work. And I think I'm gonna do the city first and just go get it. It's also such a nice day. I'm like, let's just go while it's still morning. Also, this is gonna sound extremely basic white girl energy. I really want an iced matcha, and this is not me vibes normally. Like I don't really drink a matcha that often. I'll take my laptop and potentially work a bit from a cafe. So that's my plan. I'm gonna just chuck on some clothes on top of my fit and head out to get a new phone. I need to come home and clean the house later. I just chucked on this little LSKD crop and vibes. I feel like I need to give a little bit of context about buying a whole new iPhone. I'm not someone who usually just like buys the latest iPhone. I have been putting away money for ages to save up. I stopped getting my nails done 3 years ago to save up. Okay, kind of kidding. Like I stopped getting my nails done 3 years ago just to save money in general, not to save up for this phone. I have been putting aside money. I've known for about a year that my phone's like needing a little bit of an upgrade. She's like starting to slow and glitch quite a little bit, and I obviously use it so much. And one of the biggest things about the phone that I waited for this new iPhone is the quality of both the front and back camera. I've had my phone for 5 years. I feel like that's a realistic time, and I'm thinking about getting the 1 terabyte size, which is going to be expensive, but obviously make my life a bit easier than my phone not crashing out all the time. I am going to try and hand in my old phone or whatever to hopefully get some money off. Came to the OG cafe spot that I've been loving near home. Matches are either really good or really bad, and I'm gonna say she's really good. I got the new iPhone. I didn't actually trade in my phone because the guy that served me said you have 14 days where you can trade it in, and if you do it now it'll take hours to like transfer all the data. Like he was like, go home and do it because it'll literally take 14 hours. So the guy that served me was like, what would you like? I came to buy the iPhone 17 and he was like, we are very, very low in stock. Let me see what I have available. So all they had available was the 500 gig silver or 1 terabyte navy and orange. On the way there, I was like, maybe I should just get 500 gigs because that's already double what I have. The silver was my least favorite color. Anyway, so I was like, well, let's get a 1 terabyte. And then I looked at the colors and I thought I was gonna get navy because the orange is like a bit out there. But I low-key hated the navy. So I got the freaking 1 terabyte orange. Low-key is so good for me that there wasn't really many options. This was like, what the heck? This was so decisive of me. I think this might be the most expensive thing I've ever bought my car, besides my car. She was $2,800. Doesn't that look pretty? I don't know, I was kind of like, am I gonna regret having a bright orange phone? Like this, I've had my phone for 5 years, so if this lasts me 5 years, that's what, till 2030? Like, am I gonna regret having a bright orange phone when I'm like turning 30? I don't feel like I will. Like, she's kind of cute, and also it's not that deep, it's just a freaking phone color, and I'm gonna have a phone case. So I actually don't want to set her up yet because I kind of want to wait until my phone case arrives. I ordered a phone case online just in case. Like, how awful would that be if whatever happens it broke after spending that much money? Like, I actually I'm kind of here for the orange. What the hell? That's cute. I'm like happy with that choice. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I'm scared to set it up though. Like, I feel like this is dangerous. This feels like a display model phone, like not having a case or a screen protector. The case I ordered should be coming in the next few days, but it is Friday, so that means, you know, like it's not likely to come to next week. And it's a public holiday on Monday, so I don't know what I should do. Oh, she's so pretty. I'm so happy with this color. I'm not gonna set it up right now. I'm feeling a little bit too busy. But it felt so weird, like walking into the Apple store and just being like, yeah, I'm just coming to buy an iPhone 17. Take my money, take the phone. But it felt really like rich person things. I felt like an imposter walking into the Apple store and just buying the new iPhone. Like, anyway. Really goes to show that we do have free will, I guess. Okay, what I'm about to do now is make some content for You Like, which is an IPL hair removal device. So I want to tell you guys about it as well, and then I'm going to make an Instagram reel. So I do want to say, obviously there's nothing wrong with body hair. I just personally prefer to not have body hair. And I started getting laser hair removal at the end of year 12, which was 2017. I always knew I wanted to get laser from when I was like in early high school. And then when I got to late high school and I was old enough to have some money, I started getting it done. Okay, when I was younger, I thought you literally go, they laser off your hair and that's it. Like you just go once. But when I started going, I found out that you actually have to go like frequently. And the first 10 treatments, you're meant to go every month. So I was like really diligent. For the first year, I went every 4 weeks. And then after that, you can start going less and less because the hair just doesn't grow back. It kind of sporadically, you get little bits growing back. And then now I go like once or twice a year because there's like barely any regrowth. From the start, I got underarms and Hollywood Brazilian, and then I more recently started doing half legs, which is like here down. That's pretty much the areas that I've lasered and do top ups now. Obviously, it can get really expensive. Like I think a Hollywood Brazilian and underarms package is like $95. But what I would do is wait till there was sales and then buy a package of like multiple. But it all adds up. Like I think the first year I went, I was paying about $55 out to where I was going for each appointment. And like, I don't even want to add up over the years of frequently doing it, how much that all costs. But it low-key is worth it. Like not having underarm hair or like pubes is so good. Like you can go to the beach and you can go to compete and you don't need a shave. And like, I don't need to think about shaving. Like I've not had an everything shower as an adult. Like I haven't needed to. So it's mega slay. So recently I started trying You Like, which is an IPL hair removal device. Similar to laser, it targets the melanin inside the hair follicles. So IPL uses a broad spectrum light, whereas laser uses single wavelength light, and you can swap between the two. So this is kind of slay because like a one-off payment is so much better than having to keep paying over the years. And I love that I can just do it at home. I don't have to like book to drive to go and get it done. I'll tell you guys about the different modes that this device has. Then I'll show you the areas I've tested it on that I've never had laser on before. I've only trialed it for the last like a few weeks, so this is my like result from just a few weeks. So the 4 different modes are for different hair removal areas based on what kind of hair is in that area. If it's like fine thin hair like on your arms or face, or if it's like coarse thicker hair like underarm or bikini line. So there's a fast mode for the fine soft hair, normal mode is for arm or leg hair, high mode is for coarse hair, and super hair removal or SHR is for like stubborn underarm or bikini line. It's also pain-free. I found it pain-free, which look, I know everyone's different, but I personally found laser like so painful. Depending on the area it's on, especially like Brazilian, like when I first started getting it done, especially because there was more hair, like I flinched so much. You just have to like grit your teeth. This doesn't hurt. It makes me kind of flinch, but not from pain, just from like, oh, like I'm scared to laser myself, but I think I'll get used to it and be fine. So it has this sapphire ice technology, so it maintains a really cool skin temperature. It's 15 degrees, so it can prevent any burns, irritation, and keep it pain-free. So You Like provides 96% hair reduction in 2 weeks using the super hair removal mode. This light emission port is designed to be flat, that way the light can better penetrate the hair follicles. So I'll show you guys where I've tried this. So I've done my arm, only one arm, to show you the difference. I've like legit not shaved under my arms in so long because of laser, and sometimes I'll get a little bit of regrowth. It'll just be like literally like 3 single hairs, so then I'll just eventually go and get a top up. But what I'll do now is just zap it with this baddie. So the areas I've never had lasered that I tried was literally just here. So I only did my left side, so we could kind of compare the difference. This is my regular non-shaved arm hair. They're like really fine. It doesn't bother me at all. That's why I don't care about shaving my arms. But for the purpose of this, I don't know if you can tell the difference. So I can see that there's like a little bit of regrowth, which you would expect because it's been only a few weeks. But obviously over time, the more you do it, then there's less comes back. I also took a little before of this left arm on my phone, which I'll put here. So I'll do a little after on my phone to compare it. But so far it's been so good because I love that it's just at home. It's just easy, and then when you need a top up, you can just do it whenever you feel like it, and you don't need to keep paying. So I will put the info for You Like in the description box. I do have a discount code. It's You Like IMO. I'm gonna say You Like IMO. This is it on the screen because I hate being called IMO. Like Immy. So I'm gonna say that it's You Like IMO. So I'll put in the description box if there's like a limited time or anything like that in the link. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing, trialing recently. I'm now gonna do a little reel for this collab. Then for the rest of the Arvo, I'm thinking, I've been contemplating going and doing a sauna at Recovery Lab because I've been really getting into saunas lately. Honestly, the last few weeks, I like really tried to do everything I can to feel better after having like shit fatigue and energy. And just because I felt a little bit run down today, I've been thinking I might go into a sauna, but I'm also like, I could also just flop at home and not go out again. First of all, I'm gonna make this content and then clean the house because she's a bit messy. I'm just gonna like put in some music and like smash out a cleaning moment, and then we'll see what I end up getting up to. So, okay, I'm back. I got out the full thing out while making this reel. I thought I would just like actually demo myself using it to show you guys. So there's glasses that you put on to protect your eyes from the beams. It's giving like 2008 like emo person fugly. Okay, so it lights up, and then I'm gonna press the super hair removal. So when you put it to the surface and it flicks like that, and it makes a sound. Well, I mean, you probably heard that. Like that flinch wasn't because it hurt, it was just because like the flash of light. And then you can also do like a setting where you hold it and it keeps just flashing. Just hold it without pressing it, and then you just move it up and down. And when you get the right spot, when it's flat properly, it flashes. So this window fogs up, which is because it has that cool like sapphire ice technology. I look like such a weirdo with these sunnies on. I didn't put them on for the content because I was like, look at this. But I ended up doing like a bikini fit rather than like a sportswear fit, because I was gonna make it like sport themed, my reel, as in like not having to shave for racing or whatever. But then I was like, oh, it's just easier to show in a bikini. So now that I'm in a bikini, I'm thinking I'm dressed for saunering. So I think I'm gonna go do that after. But I wanna edit for a bit first so I can feel like, I wanna feel that I've actually like achieved, conquered, crossed off some of my to-do list, so that I get back from the sauna and I'm like zen and relaxed, not like, oh my god, I have so much to do. This lighting's really cute. Let's take a thumbnail. I just finished editing the reel. I'm just having a quick snack before I head off to Sauns. And I'm just posting a little reel to Insta that I edited today. Sure. So, as I kind of mentioned before, I've been trying to do a lot of things to stay healthy and recover, like really prioritizing sleep, which I normally do. Trying to rest and give myself downtime, which when I get energy, I'm not good at because I just like get too excited. I want to do 100 million things. I mentioned a few vlogs ago that I was making a few changes to just like help with my mental health, physical health, and like try and prevent burning out so much. My camera died. I have resigned from the clinic that I work at on a Monday just because I was feeling so burnt out, and I feel really good that now after I've pushed through this big month, I can really focus on like the days I do work. They're big days, but I'm more passionate about it and I'm a better clinician. And then the days I'm not working, I have time to work on all the other things I do and focus on training and recovery, because obviously like my performance in athletics is like my top priority in life, and I'm so excited for this upcoming season. I also, like, this is the first year I've properly been fully healthy, like proper, like maintained a healthy weight, maintained a regular period, almost regular, but like the best it's ever been. I have so much faith for what is to come this season. I want to tell you guys more about the book I'm reading. If you follow along on Instagram, you would have seen that I put this on my story. So after the Weidox eating disorder course that I did with my work team, they suggested a few different books, so I ordered this one, Sick Enough, A Guide to the Medical Complications of Eating Disorders. A lot of it is stuff I know, but it's just so interesting and more in depth. So it's written by a doctor who specializes in eating disorders. She includes a lot of case studies, and just the way the analogies she uses to explain things are really, like, they really hit home. So they're really good for working with eating disorder clients. But for me, it's also so interesting because like I've been through having anorexia and I know what it's done to your body. Having a better understanding is so interesting. The impact on the brain and the impact on hormones. So something that I knew, but like the way she explained it, I was just like, wow. When you don't have a period because of hypothalamic amenorrhea, because of an eating disorder, your hormones obviously shut down, like they're not working. But the effect of building your bone density and making training adaptations is crazy, because like your body just cannot, it doesn't have the environment to make training adaptations and to improve and to build muscle and to get stronger and to like be a better athlete. So I'm like, obviously the years I had anorexia, I was running terribly, couldn't perform, my body was malnourished and breaking down, but I still have managed to run PBs with like a borderline healthy body. Like as I've been getting like when I had one period last year or 2 periods the year before, I was able to run PBs. So I'm like, the fact that my body was still not like functioning optimally, but now she is, I'm like, I'm ready for some big breakthroughs on the track. I'm ready to like open in a fat PB. I'm so excited. I'm also very aware that you have to be a mature athlete and a mature human, and sometimes you're not going to run great, and it is possible that I might go out there and have a few shit runs, maybe more shit runs, but so I'm not going to like get really triggered or like upset like I have before when I like do a race and I'm like, that was horrible, what the hell was that? I am going to just use this like really deep faith and excitement that I am going to have a breakthrough to like go out there and have a crack. So I'm getting really excited for that season. Last night when I couldn't sleep, one of the things I was thinking about is racing. I'm really excited. I'm going to be hell nervous, but there's about a month still till we start racing, so stay tuned for that. I need to go because I have booked the sauna. I feel like this time of day there'll be more traffic because it is like the late arvo. I'm going to take this book to read in the sauny sauns, try and wind down and decompress so I can train well tomorrow. Last session for the first week of a new big fat block, and our training group unfortunately is training at 8 AM tomorrow, and I'm a koala bear. Like, I want to wake up at 8 AM to train, not start at 8 AM. I'm going to try and have an early sleep so that I can feel good at training and not feel like I'm survival mode. I'm suffering a little bit, but before I get way too cooked to think, I wanted to, I've been in here for 20 minutes, it's 60 degrees. I want to just read some excerpts from this that I thought were really interesting. So about bone density loss. This is something I used to, I've probably mentioned it in a vlog somewhere. I used to think that when I had anorexia and I didn't have a period for all those years, because I was doing high intensity exercise and lifting and everything, that it would have had like at least a neutral effect on my bones. However, this explains it really nicely, and it basically says how in a study a group of young women with anorexia nervosa and amenorrhea and a recovered group who were weight restored and had resumption of their menstrual periods tracked their exercise. Those who were still ill, who exercised even moderately, including restlessly walking around, developed worse bone density than ill patients who did not exercise. It makes sense that when the body is nutritionally compromised, nutritionally stressed and hormonally depleted, requiring it to exercise would further deplete its stores. So obviously it doesn't negate a bad effect on bones, it makes it even worse because you don't have the hormonal environment to have training adaptations and recover, and you are breaking down your body stores. So like you just have to recover. Another thing about periods that I thought was really interesting that I just read was, so in the past, diagnosis of anorexia in a female required absence of a period, amenorrhea, but that's not the case anymore because it's become clear that menstrual function varies widely from person to person. So one study found that 50% of patients resumed their menstrual period once they regained at least a low to normal weight range and 23% body fat. But a quarter of the patients either maintained or resumed their menstrual period while significantly underweight, with a body fat percent of only 11%. So like, I know I personally regain my period well below under 20% body fat, and it says furthermore fat percentage measurements have been found to be no better than BMI predicting menstrual resumption. Another study showed 38% of patients who were restricting calories lost their period still at a normal BMI. Adults might have symptoms of starvation without being clinically underweight. Classical teaching holds that 90% of women who achieve 90% of their expected body weight will resume their menstrual period within 6 months. I feel like that potentially happened to me. So like, you can get to not fully weight restored and stay there for long enough, and then you're kind of like bare minimum healthy and your body will respond, but it doesn't mean your optimal
environment within is healthy, if that makes sense. When a post-adolescent premenopausal woman has anorexia nervosa, the natural return of their period is often heralded as the mother nature is happy moment. However, on one hand, I've had many patients whose periods persisted despite eating disorder behaviours with and without weight loss. On the other hand, I've had patients who have been weight restored and in recovery for 2 years, still waiting for the period to come back. So essentially, your body's going to be healthy where it's healthier, and it might need to be a bit heavier than when you get a period at. And just being bare minimum healthy isn't always the best thing. Like, potentially getting bare minimum healthy isn't going to be enough to restore your bone health, or isn't going to be enough to make you be able to be an elite athlete again, if that makes sense. This also says that in one study, almost 90% of women required weight restoration to a BMI over 20 kilos per meter squared for ovarian maturity to occur. So the minimum BMI wasn't enough, and furthermore, at a BMI of 19, only 40% of women had achieved reproductive maturity. So sometimes, if you don't have a period, they will do an ultrasound to see the maturity of your ovaries and uterus. And if you haven't recovered the hypothalamus, if you haven't recovered from the hypogonadism, which is basically the low gonads or reproductive hormones from the restriction and malnutrition, then sometimes your reproductive system is like a child, and obviously then you still don't get a period. So that's a way to see what's going on. So yeah, until you like actually your body wakes up and switched on and you're not prepubescent in terms of your body because of malnutrition, until then you can't really achieve being healthy. Anyway, so that's really interesting. Another thing to note is the pill does not improve bone density. So let me just read a little segment. Sorry, this is interesting to be able to skip through this, but obviously this is stuff I talk about quite a bit. Okay, many patients with amenorrhea due to an eating disorder have been prescribed the pill for indications that it absolutely does not work for. It seems that doctors and patients alike are at risk of assuming that if a woman bleeds each month on oral contraception, then she and her bones are getting what they need. That is wrong and dangerous thinking. Virtually anyone with a uterus and a vagina, when given oral contraceptive pills, will bleed during the placebo days. This isn't jump-starting anything, it's just giving a hormone-induced monthly blood loss. There's so much other interesting stuff in this. I'm at that sweat point where I'm like, I need to just survival mode and try and just deep breaths. I don't know if you can see the sweat, but it's feeling thick.
Holy shit, that was cooked. I feel like I was a little bit fighting for my life. I washed my hair last night and I feel like I'm gonna have to wash it again. It's like getting drenched. While I was leaving, I had a chat to the guy at reception because I've tagged like the lab a few times on my Insta, and they've asked me to like be an ambassador so I can like have free access and then post content. So that is awesome. Like, that is actually insane. Like, it's a very lucky perk of like doing like posting. So cool, so cool. It's like little side hustles that become like cool jobs. Shout out to the recovery lab, Jolimont. Highly recommend if you are around this area. I just got home and guess what? It's almost 6 p.m. and it is still light. Like, look at that. Sky's still blue. I freaking love this so much. Oh my gosh, my watch is like giving me stress. I tried to like blow dry my hair on the drive home to like blow the sweat out of it, but I think I'm just gonna like rinse it in the shower. Since I have training in the morning, I won't fully wash it again. I'm currently just sitting in the car because it's 6 o'clock in 5 minutes and I just want to park on the street, and you can park on the street on weekends and it's a clear way until 6 p.m. on Friday, which is in 5 minutes. So I know like no one's gonna come and tow my car away in 5 minutes. Just to be safe, I'm just gonna wait until there's 100% no chance that my car could get towed away. You know, like, you never know. You never know. I'm really hoping doing the sauna just then like helps me sleep well and recover better, rather than it just cooked me for no reason. Like, it's been a real solid training week. Every session I've had so far, touch wood, this week has been really quality, really solid, pain-free as well. Obviously I've talked about my shin splints. I've been dealing with like just like flares of shin splints this off season. Touch wood, I've had no pain this week. We've adapted. hopefully tomorrow we can finish off the week with a good hill workout. We have hills, we're back to the hill. I'm gonna go inside and shower and get clean, give the house a quick clean, make some dinner, and finish off all the little things on my to-do list, and then try and just have a bit of a chill night and sleep early. All right, guys, it's 2 minutes. No one's coming to turn my car away. Let's go get after it. Dinner is served. So I have the Woolies lemon and herb, or lemon and pepper chicken breast steak, air fried potato, pumpkin, Brussels sprouts. I've got some asparagus and then some broccoli and collie. And then I made a salad with a whole mix of different leaves, shredded cabbage and carrot, and then I added in a pickle, beetroot, onion, mustard seeds, and some dressing, salt and pepper. How good does that look? And then I have my sparkling water, and for sauce for this I have some Nando's Peri-Nays. I feel so refreshed after showering after the sauna. Look at the hair growth, guys. It's been 7 weeks, I think. I am gonna get another little trim before the season starts to just keep a summer of short hair. I don't know why I came to chat. I've chatted so much. I'm gonna eat dinner and watch the OC. I was talking about watching the 100 in other vlogs. I finished the 100. I pushed through all the way to the end. Low-key loved that shit. Hated how it ended. That was just not it. After all the trials and tribulations that they went through for 7 seasons. Seriously, like you couldn't have come up with a better ending. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it. Favorite character, John Murphy. Hate what they did to Bellamy. Now I'm watching the OC, and I was watching it on 9 and it was free, like how I watched the 100. And then it freaking left. I made a Stan account because I just like get into a show and then I like binge watch the whole thing until I randomly get sick of it, or until I finish it. It's a good show, even though all of the characters, especially the kids, like the teenagers, are so out of touch. Like I actually don't like any of the kid characters except Seth. I don't get what the appeal is. Like for example, Marissa and what's the main dude's name? Fuck, Chino. What's his name? Oh my god, I'm having a mind blank. I literally watched this last night. Ryan, why is everyone like Ryan? Like he's so moody and grumpy and like all like mysterious, and I'm like, what's appealing about that? Like it's just, I don't know. He's just not main character energy, but he's the main character, and everyone's like, oh my god, Ryan, main character energy. It's like, no.
The kids will help. Haley will be here. Jim will invite Marissa.
I'm so cooked. It's 8:30, so I want to go to sleep very soon. I've been vegged out here. I literally watched like 15 minutes of the OC while I ate dinner, and then I just edited. I'm so tired. I'm gonna have a snack and go to bed. I'm having a wicked sissy protein pudding and like the rest of these strawberries because combo. I'm honestly so fried. I just want to like have the fattest sleep ever. I'm not hungry, but girls gotta eat. I tried this for the first time the other week because Michael bought me one because he was like frothing, and holy shit, it was so good. And I wouldn't buy them when they're not on sale because they are freaking expensive for one little thing. But it's on sale at Woolies this week, so I got 2. Yum. And then obviously the best combo, chocolate and strawberry combo. Can't go wrong. This is gonna be my little supper. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next vlog, and I'll see you guys then.